Hey guys, welcome back. Dr. Sam here, helping you get closer to great skin days. So we've covered retinoids, what there is out there, how do you choose the right one for you, and how do you start? So in terms of which one you choose, I think it's clear to me that if you have a significant problem, so you've got acne, you've got melasma, you've got significant premature aging with marked lines, you may well want to go the prescription route first. If, however, you're just looking for that freshening, you're looking for more glow, you're looking for a slightly more even skin tone, clearing out a few clogged pores, little blackheads around the nose, cosmetic grade is completely a reasonable first step. I think some of the easiest products to use are the gram-active retinoid product or retinaldehyde-based products. I'll list some options below. And I would start at the lower strength, whichever one you choose. The reason I like those two, there isn't so much to choose from in terms of strength, okay? And I will do a how-to video so that you can see how I dial down the strength at the beginning to make it easier to start in a way that seems non-scary. So the key principles to starting are to choose your retinoid, that's fine. And I believe that if you're doing this for the first time, it's worth stripping out all the other actives. Forget your acids, forget vitamin C, just focus on doing your retinoid. You might be able to go quite quickly once you get started, but you won't know until you try. And I think it just makes sense to remove any other variables that might contribute to irritancy at the beginning. So things to watch out for, the things that give people worry are dryness, irritation, redness, and in those who are acne prone, purging. So I'm going to cover those a bit later on when I get into the okay, we're starting and this is what to expect in the next 6 weeks. But those are the things that people worry about. And I think that if you choose the right strength and you focus just on your retinoid and you start slow. Now, what do I mean by starting slow? Well, in the clinic, I will typically prescribe retinoid use for every other night at the beginning. And I will start with lower quantities at the beginning than I would once someone is established. So I talk about a fingertip unit using a line of product as long as your fingertip. And I talk about a half a fingertip. So those are good measures that are easy to reproduce night after night so that you're not using different quantities in a haphazard way. Consistency is key with retinoid use. Every other night is a reasonable first approach for the first 2 weeks, but if you're really nervous, try it every third night and just moisturize with an inert bland moisturizer on the nights in between. So that's the first thing, starting slow. Look at your performance after 2 weeks. If things are comfortable, you can consider going up a notch and applying it every night. If you were doing it every third night, try every second night. So slowly giving yourself time to accommodate to this level before you got to that level. It's all about this sort of ladder-like progression, okay? The next thing to think about is the strength. And as I said, most ranges now offer more than one strength, so you can start slow and build up to the higher strength as things become more comfortable. But don't be in a rush. Think about improving over the course of blocks of 6 weeks because that is one skin cycle. I certainly don't review my patients any sooner typically than the 3-month mark, which is 2 skin cycles, because that's the right length of time to have gotten through the tough part into the good stuff and then to work out, have we reached our goals or should we go further? So those are the kind of considerations I think about at the beginning. Then it's important to have your support kit. So the things that are going to make it so much easier for you to get through that initial phase of retinization where things can be challenging. For me, that means 3 basic things. The first is a non-foaming cleanser, which is fragrance-free and non-comedogenic because that supports barrier function, effectively cleansing your skin without depleting it, without leaving it needing you to put something back before you even start your retinoid. The second is a non-clogging moisturizer, and I have no problem using the same moisturizer in the daytime as the nighttime, but for some of you, you might benefit from a lighter formulation for day, particularly if you're in the oilier side, whereas using a richer product at night will help increase the tolerability of your retinoid at a time when you're not that worried what your skin looks like. So Don't be afraid to use heavier products than you might normally use because it will help you with your tolerance. The final thing is proper sunscreen use, guys. You knew I was going to say this. Retinoids and sunscreen are a match made in heaven. They go hand in hand, belt and braces, all that jazz. You must use a sunscreen every single day without fail and use it properly if you're using a retinoid. It's just common sense. The reason why you prematurely age is 80 to 90% down to UV rays. So get with the program and choose one that you are comfortable using every single day. And by comfortable, I mean using the right amount. So get your teaspoons out, know what the quantity is to give you that level of protection promised on the pack of your sunscreen. No relying on tinted moisturizer with SPF in it. All the little tricks and sort of sneaky things we say to ourselves to try to convince ourselves that sunscreen isn't really necessary. With a retinoid, it is, so do your research. We put perfected basics together in my skincare range so that you guys would have a kit that's ready to go to support your use of retinoids. If you haven't had a look at that, please do check our website. So you've got your tools, you've got your retinoid, you've got your support kit. It's time to start. Bye for now.